Working for you. This is an RTV6 News special, Inside the Red Line.
We're going inside the Red Line, a 13-mile rapid transit bus line connecting the city. A transportation option unlike anything Indianapolis has ever seen.
I think that's one of the things that Indianapolis needs is mass transit.
With all of the promise, the Red Line has not been without some problems.
I saw that I had a green bicycle, but I didn't know if the traffic stopped for them.
Drivers and bicyclists confused on the roads, and issues with the new electric buses.
I don't think that they answered all the questions that they needed to answer before they actually started digging the ground and implementing it in.
The Red Line will impact just about everyone who enters Marion County. It doesn't matter if you're a driver or a rider. You will notice significant changes on the roads.
Transit has a direct impact and improvement on the lives of our community.
Working for you. We're getting you ready for the launch of the Red Line. Welcome to this RTV6 News special, Inside the Red Line. I'm Rafael Sanchez. On Sunday, where the largest changes in the history of Indianapolis public transportation will go online. We're talking about the massive Red Line project. This will not only impact riders on these Indigo buses, but also drivers throughout Marion County as they notice all of the changes because of all of the new buses. RTV6 Working for You will take you inside the Red Line to show you what to expect, how to prepare for the big changes on September the 1st and beyond. So what is the Red Line? It's a rapid transit bus service that takes you from the north side in Broad Ripple through downtown Indianapolis all the way to the University of Indianapolis on the south side. That's a 13-mile ride. It's actually the nation's first battery electric bus rapid transit route. The Red Line buses will use dedicated lanes going through the most densely populated areas of the city. Streets and avenues like College, Meridian, Capitol, Washington, Maryland, Virginia, and Shelby. This, an area where more than 50,000 people live and includes nearly 150,000 jobs. It's a project with a lot of traffic every day. Red Line buses are set to run every 10 minutes between 5 a.m. and 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. Every 15 minutes between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. On Saturday, every 15 minutes between 6 in the morning and 1 in the morning. On Sunday, it's every 15 minutes between 7 in the morning and 8 in the evening. And every 20 minutes between 8 and 10 p.m. So the new bus lanes, turning lanes, and medians already in place at some of the busiest roads in Indianapolis, they're causing some confusion. Like this driver. RTV6 captured an image of this car parked in a Red Line turn-only lane. You can't do that. That's because that's where the buses turn. It's a bus-only lane. More on what each lane means in just a moment. So working for you, here's what you need to know before you head downtown and drive along the Red Line. The new transit system will mean some lane changes on some of the busier streets you might travel. This includes fewer lanes in general and fewer places for you to make left turns. Portions of Meridian Street have been reduced from 4 lanes down to 2. That's 1 lane each way. Northbound College Avenue is going from 2 lanes down to 1. Left turns on both College Avenue and Meridian Street will only be allowed at intersections with signals. And you'll notice a bunch of red lanes on the road. The Red Line will use 2 different types of bus lanes. The bus-only lanes are painted solid red and have the words "bus only" painted on them. These solid red lanes are completely off limits to general traffic. Those lanes can only be used by the Red Line buses. Lanes for both you and the buses are painted with horizontal red lines. They also have the words "bus only except turns" painted on them. These lanes can be used if you want to make a left turn or U-turn at certain intersections, but drivers should only merge at the intersection to make the turn. In the Red Line District, U-turns will only be permitted at intersections that have a protected left turn light as part of the normal traffic cycle. So, if you can turn left, you can make a U-turn as well. And beware of these new low-profile medians along the Red Line project. Ignoring them is not optional. You're taking a look at one of the new medians on Meridian Street. There's also one on College Avenue. You cannot make left turns or go over those medians. East-west movement and left turns are allowed only at intersections with traffic signals. But we caught some drivers going over the medians anyway. Lincoln Square Pancake House on the west side of Meridian Street is one of those businesses not at an intersection. So you may want to just take Illinois Street to get there from the south. Outside the State House on Capitol, traffic usually goes southbound. But this time around, don't be surprised if you see a bus going in the opposite direction. A bus going the wrong way on a one-way street. Indigo installed a northbound bus-only lane on Capitol Avenue so that they could move drivers north and south along the route in that area. Just remember, while the buses can go both ways on Capitol, you cannot. It is still a one-way street for you. We went into the community and talked to people directly affected by the Red Line. Some are excited with the new transit line. Some others are not thrilled with all the changes.
Hopefully, I guess the goal is to move people more quickly, get people in and out of the community to try some of the great restaurants and other things that we have going on, and hopefully that will happen. People will come from various areas that may not do that now and use public transportation to do it.
It's been an absolute disaster so far. I got in an accident with an uninsured motorist who couldn't see anything, just plowed through and nailed me. Traffic's been backed up. Things have been slowed down. I'm sure it's great for the city, but as far as my experience has been running along College here, it's been a complete disaster so far.
Make sure you read that, because that warning and this green path are part of the Red Line changes, helping bicyclists get from point A to point B. The two-way bike lane is the lane that was formerly used for parking on that side of Illinois Street. There are new poles to indicate where the bike lane is located. That means you have to keep your vehicle out of that area to protect bicyclists, which also means you can't park there. This all may feel overwhelming. Working for you, RTV6 found a dangerous situation that you may encounter on the Red Line. Our Stephanie Wade with what you need to watch out for.
It's this stoplight that's causing the confusion here. You see, the turning lane has a red light, but the bike lane is green. And what we're finding is that drivers see the green and assume they can go. It can be confusing as you're trying to turn onto I-65 from Illinois Street downtown. Indigo added a designated bike lane on Illinois since they took one away on Capitol to make way for the new Red Line.
I thought it was neat that the stoplight there has a bicycle on it, but I was a little cautious. I thought, okay, do they have a red light, or because I saw that I had a green bicycle, but I didn't know if the traffic stopped for them.
Bicyclists we spoke with say they appreciate the protected bike lane, but both they and drivers need to be on high alert when they're able to turn. People are getting confused when they see the green, but don't notice it's the bike lane that's lit up and not their turning arrow.
Pay attention to each other. Like, let's not get super mad at each other. Your brain's not going to explode if you're 30 seconds late.
Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
For more information on the bike lanes and traffic flow, go to our website, theindychannel.com. A problem we noticed this month in what may be Broad Ripple's busiest intersection. Vehicles have had trouble navigating new red line barriers. We caught cars, trucks, and buses driving on the curb just to make the turn onto College Avenue from Broad Ripple Avenue. And the red line buses themselves hit these white bollards when trying to squeeze into the bus lane. Indigo tells RTV6 they're addressing the bollards to reduce the turn concerns for vehicles and buses. Next, can the new electric buses go the distance? A Call 6 investigation exposed the problem being addressed, the latest to keep passengers on time.
than filet sandwich meal. Only at Zaxby's.
This is an RTV6 News special, Inside the Red Line.
Welcome back. I'm Rafael Sanchez. Working for you and getting results, RTV6 exposed the problem with the electric buses. The solution to fix how far they can travel is still not in place. Earlier this year, we discovered that the brand new electric buses for the Red Line were falling well short of expectations. In March, Call 6 Investigates uncovered internal reports showing the new electric buses from the company Build Your Dreams, or BYD, were not getting anywhere close to the 275-mile range that's required for the route. According to those testing reports obtained by Call 6, the buses only averaged just 208 miles, 67 less than what's required. And that put the Red Line's promise of a bus every 10 minutes in jeopardy. In May, Indigo revealed a plan to fix the problem. The bus manufacturer will pay to install wireless charging stations that the buses will drive over and allow them to charge for a few minutes while drivers are on a break. But those charging stations are not yet in place. In the meantime, buses will have to go to the transit center to charge up. We reached out to Indigo, and they tell us the en-route charging stations will be installed, hopefully, by the end of the year. However, Indigo says this should not impact riders at all. The agency says they've built the schedule to make sure buses are on time, despite the charging issue. We asked Indigo's bus manufacturer, BYD, if there was a permanent fix in the works for the charging issue involving their buses. They tell us, quote, BYD continues to work with our customer to achieve the range we promised. The inductive charging BYD is paying for will meet service requirements. As our customer has said, this charging strategy will maintain the 10-minute service promised on the Red Line at no additional cost to taxpayers. BYD also tells us they don't know of any other issues with their buses. They should be good to go. And BYD says it has 12 people on hand right now in Indianapolis to work with Indigo through the first week of the Red Line's operation to make sure everything runs smoothly. I had a chance to talk one-on-one with Indigo's new CEO about expectations, opportunities, as well as challenges.
BYD is an extremely important partner when we're dealing with this Red Line and with all of the lines that we're going to be putting in place. Have we seen some challenges with it maintaining its charges? Yes. But because BYD is a partner, they are putting in the additional infrastructure along the way so we can do additional chargings if needed. BYD has been on site the entire time. They're working through any of the challenges that we're having. There is no question, Rafael, that we will require BYD to meet their contractual obligations. Statistics have shown throughout this country, we know that in some areas ridership is declining, but the statistics have shown that if you build it, they will ride it. And if it's fast and frequent, they will ride it and they will stay riding it. And systems that have put in bus rapid transit lines are showing double-digit increases. The misperception is that you have to get out of your car for all 5 to 7 days. If you do it just once or twice, you change our carbon footprint within our community, and that's our success right there. There's definitely proven statistics that show when it comes to economic development or transit-orientated development that transit has a direct impact and improvement on the lives of our community, whether it's from a residential perspective to reduce the carbon footprint of individuals who no longer own cars, who use transportation to get from point A to point B. People think we're just about buses, but we're about the movement of our people. So our team is looking on ways that we can continue to partner to move the city forward.
The Red Line is poised to open on Sunday, due in part to an influx of cash that got this project back on track. Back in May, Call 6 Investigates learned that Indigo had plans to spend an additional $5 million to finish the second phase of the Red Line on time. Documents revealed that the second phase was 65 days behind schedule. However, with that extra $5 million, construction sped up and it will be ready by September the 1st. Originally, work was supposed to wrap up on August the 8th. That $5 million is on top of the $3.5 million that was allocated as part of the acceleration plan to complete part of the project by the end of July. Next, show and tell. A ride along on a Red Line bus as the testing and run-throughs come to an end. You're watching an RTV6 News Special, Inside.
Labor Day sales event ends September 3rd.
This is an RTV6 News Special, Inside the Red Line.
Welcome back to Inside the Red Line on RTV6. This is where passengers will get on and off the bus. Let's take you on a ride on one of the buses that will make the 13-mile journey. The Red Line buses are battery electric, meaning they're quieter and cleaner than usual buses you'll see on the roads. But that's not all.
There are screens on the buses that will indicate which station you're at and also the upcoming station so you can prepare. There are little charging ports.
Indigo Director of Public Relations, Lauren Day, has advice for drivers and riders before Sunday's launch.
This is a learning experience for everybody. New riders, our operators, drivers as well. So we've had the pavement markings ready, really finalized since the end of July. So we've used that as an education period. We have had tools on our website. We know that as a driver, this looks different for you. So just get out there. It's okay if if it's a new thing for you, learn.
Right now, we have tutorial videos that show you how to get around the city if you're driving around the Red Line. That's on the RTV6 app and our website, theindychannel.com. If you want to ride on the Red Line, it's free for the entire month of September. After September, you will pay to ride the Red Line the same way you currently do with any Indigo bus. But by the fall, Indigo will introduce a new fare payment system called MyKey. You can get a MyKey card or download the MyKey app. You'll be able to reload cash onto the card for bus payment. And if you have the app, you can swipe it when you get on the bus, and the payments will be taken out of your account. Indigo is working on implementing MyKey very soon. And Indigo says sometime toward the beginning of next year, about 400 local stores in Marion County will carry and sell MyKey cards. But cash will still be allowed on board the Red Line. Once you make it on the bus platform, if you're still unsure what to do next, there will be volunteers here to help you out. Volunteers will be posted at Red Line stations between the launch on Sunday, September the 1st and September the 7th. Indigo trained the volunteers this month. They will be ready to help you with any questions you may have about riding the Red Line. Another change you need to know about. Indigo says new crosswalks allow you to catch the bus at the new bus stop locations, some of which are in the middle of the road. Indigo tells RTV6 that all of their crosswalks are at signaled intersections for safety purposes. So how do you handle emergency vehicles? You're getting a first-hand look right here. Moving for emergency vehicles isn't changing. You'll still move to the right when you hear or see one coming. All buses will stop in their lanes when an emergency vehicle is approaching, like you see here. And those emergency vehicles will utilize bus-only lanes as needed to get around traffic and make the response as quick and easy as possible. During the winter months, Indigo has a plan to keep the platforms clear of ice and snow. They've installed a snow melt system that includes heaters that are underground the platforms. When it snows, when there's ice, that heater system will melt it all away. The two routes planned after the Red Line have been delayed. The Purple Line is supposed to connect downtown Indianapolis with Lawrence. Work was scheduled to start by early 2020. It is now being pushed back to 2021. Blue Line construction is now set to begin in 2023, about 2 years behind schedule. The Blue Line is expected to run along Washington Street from Indy's east side to the airport. After the break, the resources available to help you. That's next on Inside the Red Line right here.
They're delicious.
This is an RTV6 News special, Inside the Red Line.
Welcome back to Inside the Red Line on RTV6. We have everything red line, including the route map, the stops, the new rules of the road for drivers, walkers, and bicyclists, the changes everyone needs to be aware of. It's all up right now on the RTV6 app and our website, theindychannel.com. We know that this is a lot, and that's why you're being asked to concentrate on all of the changes, to be cautious and to be courteous. On behalf of all of us here at RTV6, I'm Rafael Sanchez. Thanks for watching Inside the Red Line.